At 6 starts now.
And we begin tonight with breaking news. Another attack in France. Tonight, at least 75 people are dead. 50 more have been injured after a driver plowed his truck right into a crowd of people during a Bastille Day celebration. Authorities say that truck was loaded with guns and grenades. Good evening, everyone. I'm Frank Somerville.
And I'm Heather Holmes in tonight for Julie. French authorities saying that the driver of that truck is dead. It appears he acted alone, but the investigation is just starting. The attack included gunfire and happened about 4 hours ago, around 11:20 at night local time, in the city of Nice that's located along the French Riviera.
This is the third major attack in Paris in the last year and a half. For more on this breaking news, we go to KTVU's Monty Francis. He's been monitoring the situation all afternoon from our newsroom. Monty?
Well, Frank and Heather, we've just received word that prosecutors in Paris have opened a terrorism investigation into this attack. Also within the last hour, President Obama condemned the attack in Nice, calling it horrific and offering U.S. assistance in the investigation. Now, the president of that region of France now puts the death toll at 75, and the number of those injured has been scaled back to 50 from 100. Now, witnesses report a scene of absolute chaos and carnage with bodies on the pavement over a distance of about a mile and panic in the streets. The truck ran into a crowd on the Promenade des Anglais, which runs right along the beach on the Mediterranean Sea. This happened during a Bastille Day celebration, which is France's national day. And at the time, the road was closed to traffic and people were just in the street. They just finished watching a fireworks display. The truck reportedly plowed into anyone the driver could see and ran over people who were trying to get away. Witnesses said that the driver of the truck also fired shots into the crowd as people were running. Now, French police reportedly exchanged gunfire with the truck driver, and French officials say the driver was killed. The president of that region of France said that guns and grenades were found inside the truck. And France is 9 hours ahead of us, so it's about 3 o'clock in the morning there right now. And those unfamiliar with Nice, it's a city in southern France, right on the French Riviera. And of course, France has been on high alert since the attacks in Paris last November that killed 130 people. The big question that remains is, was this an act of terrorism? And there is no official confirmation on that, although it has all the hallmarks of such an attack. So far, only one suspect, the driver who was killed, that was mentioned by authorities. At this point, it's unclear if anyone else was involved. And an investigation is underway to determine if this person acted alone.
Monty, at this point, we have no information about this gunman, and no one has claimed responsibility for the attack?
That's right. There's no official, any organization claiming responsibility, although there was some celebration on social media by some terrorist groups for this attack, but we don't know exactly who is responsible at this point. Still the early stages of this investigation, Frank.
And Monty, this is a really big celebration. Thousands were gathered to watch the fireworks here. We know that that particular area had been cordoned off, but are officials saying anything else about how they believe the truck was able to access that area, or exactly where the truck came from?
No, see, that part really remains unclear. As you said, this part of Nice was cordoned off for the celebration. There shouldn't have been any vehicles on that road at all. Investigators are still sort of trying to determine how the truck was able to get past the barriers and onto that road where it caused all of that carnage, Heather.
It's just hard to imagine what they've been going through in France in the past year and a half. You have last January of 2015, the attack at Charlie-Hebdo, the offices there, 20 people killed. Then in November of last year, the attack that killed over 100 people, injured more than 350 others, and now this today.
Well, and not to mention today, Bastille Day, National Day of Celebration. So psychologically, you can imagine what this was like for the people who were there, just sort of celebrating.
And Monty, the truck was going, I think I've heard the estimates 25 to 30 miles an hour, but kept going on for over a mile?
Well, that's what it appears. That's what witnesses on the ground were saying, 25 to 30 miles an hour. And, some of this really graphic footage we've seen on social media of just the carnage, the bodies that seem to be, that it goes on for such a long way. I mean, this path of destruction was apparently, 2 kilometers or about a mile long. So really just a horrific, horrific scene.
Yeah, I've seen some of those pictures, and obviously we can't show them, but they're just horrible. And also, it sounds like there was a real shootout. I counted about 25 bullet holes in the windshield of that truck.
Right, and we don't know if those bullets were being fired into the truck or, out of the truck. But yeah, there was quite an exchange of gunfire, Frank.
All right, Monty Francis reporting for us live there in the newsroom with the very latest coming to the newsroom from Nice, France. Thank you.